Can you confirm? Can everybody hear me? Just to be sure you're all hearing me. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay, beautiful. So yeah, so before I invite Peter, I wanted to just talk a bit about a few of the programs and to give some more details. Obviously, most of us have registered for some of the programs already, and we've been wondering what is happening. So I think this call is just for us to quickly go through stuff, so you can begin to get a feel as to what is about to happen, and it's very exciting. But before I call Peter, who would share his screen and take us through the two key products? And as he's speaking, what I'll be doing is I'll be intentionally interjecting, but the reason is to bring down the product he'll be speaking about to life in some sense, just so you understand the benefits to you as a mentor on the ground. So he's a very technical person and he's incredible at what he does. But at some point that would happen. So everybody has a clear idea of what we're trying to achieve. But before I do that, let me first quickly talk about I think two programs. The first one is the UK Executive Leadership Mentors Program. Now, after consultation with Dr. Nelly and members of the team, we have now agreed to push it forward. So the new date is now 5th to 8th of November. It's happening in Lancaster in the UK. And the amount is still £1,500. So what is happening is, I think it's an allowance for folks to start putting some funds together to be able to make the funding available to attend that program. Now, the program is an executive program, but it's planned and designed to be very impactful. So we're going to be having a series of face-to-face sessions, some very powerful interaction. Part of what I also like to do is to take us through the process of grantsmanship. So most of you have heard me talk about grants before. So we're going to actually do some grants writing workshop within those 4 days. But on top of that, some visits to some exciting locations in the UK. We're going to meet some partners who would address us. We're going to have some networking sessions, incredible dinner meetings. And at the end, we would end it with a beautiful church service, which is on a Sunday. So it's planned to be very exciting. But I think on top of that, we're also going to expose partners and mentors to the opportunities of a UK collaboration. Oh, by the way, it's dollars, not pounds. Yeah, $1,500. So we're also going to expose mentors and partners to some UK collaboration, which includes, for example, those who are interested in organizing other UK-based programs for their staff members or government officials or any kinds of target audience that can still happen under a partnership. So all of that will kind of be exposed properly during this comprehensive and intensive program. And obviously, at the end of it, everybody will receive a UK certification for that beautiful program. So that's just a very, very high level nutshell of what that program is about. So it's now the 5th to the 8th of November, and I'm looking forward to as many who are able to make it. So I think the time is just giving you a bit more allowance. So now we have May, June, July, August, September, October, at least 6 months of planning time, and for you to start putting money together into the pot and planning towards it. I think it's going to be very, very powerful. Now, what's also interesting is the fact that we are also throwing it open to non-flexi mentors, non-Flexylearn mentors. For that one, for those who are non-mentors, the program is being delivered for $2,200. It means that for the Flexylearn mentors, you have a subsidy of over $700. And the reason is because we are almost removing any kind of funding with respect to the tuition of the program. So what you're basically covering for is accommodation, travels, and so on. So yes, good question. $1,500 covers accommodation for the entire period, all breakfast, lunches, teas, and coffees, all travels in the UK once you've arrived, all logistics, workshop materials, tuition fees for the entire program, That's what that fully covers, the $1,500. Now, for non Flexylearn mentors, it's actually going for $2,200. So we're going to actually throw it open because there are many people who have actually shown interest in also participating, but obviously they're not actually certified mentors who have gone through what we've gone through. I think it's exciting to have other folks join the program as well. So Jane, does that explain to you what the 1.5 covers? Is that clear? Oh yes, by the way, so you'll be issued a official letter from Lancaster University, which would help in your visa processing. So letters would be very, very powerful in that category. So you can imagine that because it's a Lancaster, and this is very intentional, it's a Lancaster University official letter of invitation for the program. That kind of carries weight when you're applying for your visa. I'm sure most of you know this, or if you don't, that's fine. The UK gets very tricky when it comes to their visa application, which is the reason why that has been designed that way. And interestingly, would also be having exciting guests, because remember that you've been mentors on some UK funded projects with Lancaster University. So for example, the FCDO project, it's a Lancaster University funded project. So we're going to be having some Lancaster staff talk to us as well from a leadership perspective during the program. So yes, so you're going to only receive a Lancaster University certificate of completion, but the accreditation is actually from Flexylearn or EnviroFly. That's the difference. So it's a CPD program, but you will receive a Lancaster University certificate of completion at the end of the program. So basically you'll be receiving two certificates at the end of the program. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, good. So now that's the first one. The second one is, I'm sure most of you have seen that I put up a call for 100 mentees I want to work with over 1 month. And so this is the second program, by the way. So 100 mentees I want to work with over 1 month. Now, people are wondering, well, what's that about? So I'll be sharing that program, the actual program, what to cover with everybody by tomorrow. The program is ready. But just like in a nutshell, so most of us have undertaken different Flexylearn program, whether it's ICCP Basic, ICCP Advanced, and you've been participants, even the SET program, so the career enhancement and resilience training. And most of you have even been certified. But I discovered that many people still struggle to jumpstarting their career or maybe moving things to the next level. So what I'm planning to do is, within that 1 month period, it might even extend to 1 or 2 months. Those who sign up for this specific program will be having a one-on-one session with me. Think about it more like a career clinic. And the reason is because, so while most of the programs we've run is very powerful, in some sense, and that is because we're trying to impact a big market. In some sense, they also can be generic. Okay, because obviously the program is designed to be practical. So you receive some certain videos which you watch, and you're given exercises. And by the exercises, that is how you learn and you grow. My trouble is the fact that there's some very peculiar cases I've noticed of individuals who have something personal that they're struggling with in their careers. So for example, I'm an accountant, but I'm thinking about doing fashion. How do I match those? Now, the current ICB programs might give you generic ideas of how to achieve those. But actually, what you do require in some sense is a one-on-one clinic. So that means spending some time with me in some sense, where I can, by God's grace, decipher what the issue is where you got it wrong, while you're still struggling, even though you've done every program, you've heard me speak many times. That is no longer an issue of a generic offer. It's now a personalized offer to you, which means in this personal clinic, I will be asking you a series of very personal questions, enough to track what the issue was, and then recommend some specific personal recommendations that can now move you from one level to the other. And that's the difference between the things you've done before and a personal one-on-one session with me. By God's grace, I have done a few of this clinic before, and I know why I'm saying this. There's a massive demand for it. Now, so I'm giving that time allowance, obviously with some cost attached to it, where you can literally tell me, okay, Doug, guess what? last year in my business, I made a loss, even though I do well in LinkedIn, I do this and do that, and everything's fine. So what's happening? Now, that now goes beyond the generic. It goes into the personalized. So I can literally track things down and give you personal assignments, which after a few weeks, I can come back and say, well, so how did you do? What did you do right? And so on. That means that over that 1 to 2 months period, there will be a booking of time slots for everybody who is coming onto the program. It's basically a mentoring clinic. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've done this a few times. And normally when I do this, I normally will charge between $500 and $1,000. But for the purpose of making it easy for Flexylearn mentors, I am personally charging $100. And I think it's after Dr. Nelly has told me to make it quite low cost. So I said, that's fine. So with $100, you can have a series, and I'll give you the schedule, a series of one-on-one sessions with me where I can literally ask you, your primary school, what was it? Think about it like a purpose mapping exercise or a career clinic. And that's the difference between what I'm proposing to do and what you've been doing before, one way or the other. I've met many people who will tell me, hey, Doc, by the way, I've just got this new promotion, but my boss is stressing me out. Should I leave the job? How should I handle my boss? Guess what? Well, maybe you won't respond, you won't be able to get that kind of an answer through a generic ICCP. But then I will be able, and by the way, I'll be doing this with a prayer mood as I track and map. That's very, very vital. Don't worry, for those who are going to join it, to be very exciting. And so it's a new product I'm releasing. I can't do it often because I'm quite busy, but I've decided I've got a free time over 6 weeks period from the mid of May where I'm able to do that. So just to be clear, does that explain what the offer is for that 100 mentees with Dr. Akanima Odon? If that's clearer, can you just respond in the chat and say this clear before I now call on Peter? It's very funny. Do you know how many people have told me that, well, while they like watching the videos, they wish they can ask me some specific question that is fundamentally personal to them, why they are struggling in their career, or even in finding purpose. So how do I map purpose? I'm really struggling. And even though I've spoken about this many, many times, the reason why you're struggling is because it's personal in a sense. And except I'm able to go deeper through a series of questions and an alignment, then it's very difficult. So I've agreed to do that. Okay. So thank you very much for those who say it's clear. It makes so much sense. That is what the 100 mentees is over the 1 month period. There will still be a series of videos you would watch. I think the most important thing there is the allowance and the time slots for personal sessions with everybody. Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking now, except I'll be coming in once in a while to emphasize what Peter is trying to say. So, Peter, the floor is yours, sir. So, guys, please pay great attention. What we are trying to give you next is very, very powerful. God bless. Okay, Peter.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Hello, sir.
I hope you can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Very clearly, yes.
All right, cool. All right. I'll try and make this as quick as possible. But I think the main thing is I'm not sure many of you are aware of, the trend, of technology. In the sense that, the technology market is constantly changing. The way things are being done is constantly changing. And sometimes when you are not catching up or you are not, flowing with what is happening with times, you could be left behind. That being said, one of the things that the terms that is flying around a lot, which we never used to hear maybe 10 years, 15 years ago, is the concept of platforms, digital platforms, online platforms. And it's a way of just not having a software that people are using, but you're now mixing the social networks, everything all together. So you look at Facebook, it's a platform but with applications, and that's what we are trying to do here. We're trying to establish a platform that we can all use as mentors from the Flexylearn network to get what we are doing, to make things easy for everyone so you can focus on your area of expertise while leveraging on the abilities of the platform that you have access to. So we put in together, two core products. There's a lot more in the pipeline, but two core products. And I'm just going to explain before we dive into the screen itself, just to explain what the vision is. The same way that we are all in here having this meeting, we have a platform, which I'm sure you've heard before, a booking platform for mentors. And it's pretty much, call it like a marketplace, where people come in, they look at who is on the platform, what are the mentors, what are their profiles, what is their experience, what's their specializations, and then how much does it cost to take on their services. And they book you on that platform. You get an email that you've been booked. You obviously schedule your meetings with the person. And after the meeting there's some reviews that comes through. And that's one of the products. So it's a booking platform marketplace for mentors to be listed and to receive bookings. That way, Flexylearn marketing can focus on just marketing the platform, and obviously the mentors enjoy, what is available on the platform. The other product is now that, you have been booked, and to set you up as a business, what do you do? What tools do you do to be able to discharge your business? Now, people can have different tools that they use, but the whole essence of having both a platform and having a community and having a network is it makes it easier for training, because when you're training people, they understand the same thing that you're talking about from the tools. We've all been sat down under Dr. Akan's trainings, but now having the tools to actually execute what it is that you've learned, to actually set yourself up as a business. And you're not just the only one using that tool, other people are using the same tool. Resource sharing, information sharing. We have things like forms, for example. Imagine everyone having the same form that they're using, the same standards. Training become easy, access to resources become easy. You're probably not a technical person, but you know what we are all using, and then you're using it accordingly. We can share files, information, things that are pertinent to your business and operations. So that's all the concept. All this comes under having platform services that is shared within the network. That's the whole vision of these two products.
Let me
And obviously, yes.
So this,
Go
so
on.
I apologize. I'll be doing that because as you're speaking, I know how it relates to them. So that's why I'll be doing this as we progress. So it's like a double act, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So what Peter is talking about is the fact that so you can set up yourself as a personal individual on the Flexylearn platform, or you can set yourself up as a business on the platform. So it's either you're running, say for example, Tate is a personal mentor on Flexylearn platform, and Peter will show you guys in a minute. So which that means that your website would be flexylearn.com/Tate. That's an example. But for some specific mentors who already run their business, there's also an opportunity to set yourself up. Say, for example, if Tate's business is saying Tate International Lusaka Limited, to set yourself up as Tate International Lusaka Limited with your logo and your brand. Now, you're no longer showcasing yourself or promoting yourself as a mentor of Flexylearn, like directly. You are showing yourself as Tate Lusaka Limited. So that is possible under the platform. Are you following me? And obviously, for that to happen, there are different expectations if you're going as an individual, which you can easily do, or if you're going as an organization or as your own company. Now, access to forms means that you can imagine that there are many forms we have. Proposals to companies, to schools who are interested in Flexylearn, proposals to, if like pro forma invoices, receipts. So we have a large proportion, a large collection of all this documentation, and which makes it easy for you to tap and use them because it's all on the platform, and use them because you are a registered member of the platform. And that's what it's referring to. So it's a very, very, very rich platform. I'll come back again. Okay, over to you back, Peter.
Okay. Now, so like I was saying, there are two main products. So I'll just get straight into it. Just 1 second. Let's see, I can just share the right screens for us. Let's see. Share. So am I sharing the right?
Yeah, we can see you now.
Can you see which screen are you seeing?
The Flexylearn, the booking product.
Is that the search platforms, search mentors?
That's the first product, yes.
So the one that's search mentors, right? Is that what you can see?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, okay. So so that's the URL there. Just go to mentors.flexylearn.net. I got already some, I'll just see if I can put this somewhere in the chat. I got already some. Let's see. All right. So in there, I got already some names from Dr. Nelly that we already uploaded onto the mentors. So basically how this works is if you don't find your name on the list, you just need to register as a mentor. And then if you are known and we get the go ahead to approve or enable your name on the list, we will enable that, and then your profile will come up. Now, most of you, I will believe, already have their name on the list. So the way to go around it, because there was some random passwords being set up for you, is you just need to go to, I'm just trying to get rid of this thing.
Okay. So you guys remember Dr. Nelly sent a Google form link out for everyone, anybody who was interested in registering for the new Flexylearn Mentors Partnership Program. And most of you registered. I think we have about 75 mentors. So all the lists we had have been preloaded already on the platform. So those names are here.
Yeah.
For some, we don't have the pictures, some we could get pictures, but they're all loaded right now on the Flexylearn Mentors platform.
Yeah. Now, the first thing I want to do, really, the first step is to actually try and find out if your name is there. And then what we'll do is you log into your profile, obviously, and then you set up yourself with your specific business information, your rates, what your area of specialization is. And if your name is there, which you've submitted, you just need to go to login, try and get a feel of what your password is. Click on forgot password. So that will be the steps you need to take. Forgot password, you key in your email here. And once you click on reset password, it will send you a link, to your email. And you should be able to click on the link on that email to set back what your password is. Your username will be the email will be your username. So when you come to login, just yeah, let's say
So
somewhere.
guys, I have left the actual link on the chart. So it's
Yep.
very https colon mentors.flexylearn.net. So if you type that, you take it to the platform. Okay, so you
Yep.
can actually check if you are there already. So if your name was on the list, but if your name was on the original list and you filled the original form, you should be there. The difference is
Yep.
that we didn't ask for a lot of information when you were filling that Google form. The reason is because it's better you are the one filling your information as you want it to appear as a mentor yourself. So your profile, your LinkedIn page, all of that, you can fill. That's the first thing we're going to do. So at
Yep.
some Peter will tell us, give everybody specific passwords, which you can actually log in and then spend some time. And this is very important, guys, because like he was saying, we will start marketing the platform, which means automatically, as we are marketing the platform, we are marketing all the mentors on the platform, which means that as we're marketing the platform, we are telling people we have this amount of mentors on the platform. If you are confused in your career, come to the platform, read through the profile, and choose a mentor you feel comfortable with. So that means your profile should be solid on the platform. Now, that's level one. It's very, very important. So we're going to give some allowance. I'll come in and explain this shortly. We're going to give some allowance, a time frame within which everybody should have updated their profile. Nice, beautiful picture. If Dr. Nelly reviews it after the time expires, and we don't feel comfortable that you meet the standard we expect, because obviously we are marketing you, we will just silence your name profile until you are able to get it to taste. Does that make sense? Because we are marketing you, it's important for the brand. We believe in all our mentors, and so we'll give you allowance to make sure you update your profile and get it to super taste before we officially market it. Okay, back to you, Peter.
Okay. Just some clarification there. I don't need to set a specific password. That was done at the initial stage. So if you use the tool the function I explained just earlier on, just click on the login there. You will be asked, you'll be given the option to reset your password. So just reset your password.
Okay.
It will send it to the email that you have submitted. A link there, you click on that link, and then you can be able to log back in. This is what a logged in profile looks like. The whole concept is, like I said, is you putting your information out there. Now, once you're logged in, there's not too many menus that are there. We will always keep updating this. This is one of the beautiful things about platform. So wherever possible, if there are feedbacks, we are always welcome to feedbacks because we can always grow this platform together. Now, you go to my profile. Obviously, there's some default information that are there. So don't get scared that, where did this come from? Please feel free to change and update all this information here with your profile. Look for a nice profile picture to put in there and things like that. Don't worry too much about the subscription. It's not really applicable, to you and your user class at this time. Just set the information that you need within your profile. Now, after that, you go to my listing. My listing is really where you set up things, for yourself. You might not have a banner here, so you might need to maybe set up your banner that you want to have on your homepage of your platform. There's a bit more to do here. You can do things like edit profile here, and this is just more of your business profile. There's edit profile to look out for. There's edit overview where you talk about who you are, what you're about, and things like that. There is edit services where you should be able to, so sorry, that's edit service rate, not that one, just 1 second. So edit profile here, you choose what are your areas of specialization that you are involved in, what country and things like that. You will choose that information, about yourself from here. So you fill all that in, and then you go now to edit services. And edit services, really, what we're doing here is that we're just talking about all the different service rates that we're offering. What is our class of service? So you think about it as a service that you're offering. Let's say you want to offer free consultation for a particular amount, or you want to offer some classified consultation, whatever it is. You can get to choose also what the charges is, what day, you're going to be offering the services, what time is it that you're going to be offering the services. So all these things are reflected on your profile, as it were. So you fill in those informations, just play around with it, set yourself up properly. Then there's business times, which just gives people a rough idea of your availability of business. So we've made the first screen that talked about services is meant to just put out there your calendar where you want to offer appointment, because once you create those things, it creates for you slots that people can choose from your calendar. But the business times is more of, let's say you're a business that operates, when do you operate? So they are kind of different. One is for slots. So let's say you're operating from, as a business, your business is open between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. in a day, but you might only be open for consultation with someone, having an appointment session with them, for 3 hours. So the first screen I showed to you is for you to be able to set up those 3 hours, whereas this is just meant to show as a business when it is that you are actually operating. Now, if you find anything that needs to be reported back, feel free to always send through email to support@flexylearn.net, and then we'll be able to look at your emails, feedback, questions, whatever it is that you want to let us know with regards to the application. Now, the way this has been structured, and I'm not sure if Dr. Akan has already mentioned that, the way it has been structured is, this is where the things around payout report comes in. Actually, before we get there, my bookings, whenever someone makes a booking, normally it will appear here. You can see how much it is that they paid. There is a central account to which money is being paid into. You can consider it as an escrow account. So all appointments will typically be prepaid. So people will just come in, read your profile, and if they're happy to engage you, they select your slot, and then they prepay the amount. It goes into Flexylearn's escrow account, but you will see the details here for that. And then once the service or the appointment has been completed, you will be able to mark that this appointment or this particular thing was completed. There will need to be a confirmation with the person that you actually had the appointment with that, yes, it was completed. Then the amount will now be disbursed off to you. So it gives the people that is booking you kind of peace of mind that, they're not just paying. If case something happens, their money can always get refunded. It gives you the peace of mind too, that for every appointment they're actually having through the system, your money is secured. So if you actually get the job done, you will get your payment. So there's a place here for payout report, which just pretty much says, this is how much was paid. This is the booking you had, based on the agreement you may have with Flexylearn. This is what is disbursed, onto you. So it's a very simple but yet powerful platform, I would say. Under the resource section, we are going to be putting a lot of information there, just general information around user manuals, downloads, and things like that. This is different from the second product, which is meant to be like a tool for you to manage, your business. So that's what.
So before you go to the second product, Peter, let me quickly just happen. So guys, remember the last meeting we had where I said that for the last this is a premise. So for those who couldn't make the meeting and for those who would watch this afterwards, where I said that I realized that for the last 4 years, all the different projects that you've been involved in as a mentor has been developed by Flexylearn. Whether it is YAPI, Igbinedion, it is FCDO, it is this, they've all been developed by Flexylearn, and you've been invited as a mentor onto the program. And I'll explain to everybody that while that is good, it's not sustainable, because myself and Dr. Nelly and Peter feels that we haven't empowered you guys enough to go and do your own thing. This is the reason why this has been developed. Because most of you, okay, I'll put it this way. If any of you sees one student or one professional who is confused with their career, with access to all the ICP videos, can you fully deliver a program to the person? Yes or no? Respond in the chat. I want to make a point. With what you've done so far, if you met one professional who said, I'm really confused, I want help, are you able, and you have access to all the videos, all the programs, all the curriculum, are you able to deliver that to that individual? Yes or no? Please, I want everyone to respond to this. I want to make a point. I think I've only seen one person yet. And so one person said 70%, which is fine. Somebody said no. I'm hoping that maybe you can, anybody who has said no, reach out to Dr. Nelly. I think you might require a special support on how that works. Keep responding, please. Keep responding in the chat. Everybody. If you had somebody says, oh my goodness, I really want help in my career, I don't know what to do. And it's okay, Rosie, or this person, can you help me? And you have access to a full ICCP curriculum, and the way it runs from one week to the other with the request for exercises and everything, are you able to fully deliver that program to the person? Dr. Nelly, are you watching? Those who are saying yes.
Yes.
It's looking like, can I say at least 95% of you can do that? So that's what we're trying to achieve. Of course you can. Because you've done it many times. So why do we have to wait until, why do we have to let you guys wait until we put together a new project, then invite you as a mentor? When you have friends in your offices, people reach out to you all the time. I'm confused. And people know you as a mentor, but you haven't actually offered a mentoring service to them. So we are saying, guys, you can do that now. Interestingly, you don't have to wait until you have 5 people or a court. It can be one person. This person wants the program. So in your diary, you can show, I'm available to take people on from this time to this time. Somebody signs on. When they sign on, obviously the person registered, so they leave their details. You reach out to them. First and foremost, they make a payment because it's prepayment. They make a payment. Flexylearn HQ knows about the payment. So this person has paid for so and so mentor to take them on so and so career program. And guess what? Then automatically HQ give you access to the curriculum, to the videos, either delivered through the mobile app or delivered over WhatsApp. Are you following me? And at the end of it, the student needs to say, oh my goodness, I enjoyed it. That is the only time when we'll now disburse the funds, your own proportion of the funds to you. So that whatever the student pays goes into an account, and the student knows that it's disbursed after you've completed the training program. That's basically what we're trying to achieve, to make it easy for mentors to earn money on the go every other day. And remember, both you looking for people yourself, but we are also critically marketing the platform to everybody will see. So they go on the platform, oh, I like this person. This person has an expertise in accounting. Okay, I'm an accountant. Oh, okay, I trust this person better because they can help me in the ICCP, but they also from an accounting perspective. That is why your profile on the platform must be comprehensive. And that's what we're trying to achieve. That's what the product is. So access to the videos, access to curriculum, access to resources, access to learning materials, even access to the certification. So at the end of the program, you can say, okay, Dr. Nelly, We finish the program. This is the person's name, issue certificate, and HQ, Flexylearn HQ, we issue the person a UK certification. We're giving you all of that at no cost to you, only for a revenue share. And the revenue share is 70% to you and 30% to Flexylearn. That sounds to me like a really good deal. Think about it. Access to everything to deliver the program, and all you need to do is you are paid 70% of the revenue, and Flexylearn keeps 30%. So you can start earning money from tomorrow. Okay, that's the first product. I'll go back to Peter. Peter, over to you, sir.
Yep. So that's pretty thank you so much, Dr. Akan. So that's pretty much the booking platform. You know, like I said, there are different products, but they're all linked together. You know, what we have here, we have an IT development department, with Flexylearn. And that means that it's different from when you're like building a website with WordPress, and then you have to bring in Microsoft Office to do your this, and then you have to bring in QuickBooks to do your invoicing, and then you have to bring in, like, you're all over the place. Email is coming from here and things like that, which is fair enough, and people struggle with having multiple different applications for their businesses. The problem, you start to face those issues when your business is actually growing, because you can't keep tab on this. You've forgotten to pay your subscription here. Your developer in this, you don't know what happened to them. And, things become way too complicated. And you're trying to focus on the business, but you're also trying to keep tab on your IT infrastructure that you put in place. What do I do with social media? I should remember posting and things like that. And that's what we are trying to solve for you, so you can focus your strength on what you do best, and then just leverage on the platform that you are in. So in a way, you can look at it that whatever percentage it is that you're paying to Flexylearn, they're actually taking care of everything, plus they are doing your marketing and stuff for you. So let's get back to with the booking platform. I think it's pretty straightforward. Now you have your mobile app, the Flexylearn mobile app that is used for executing training. That is all going to be linked together, which is the point I was trying to establish, that all your apps that you're using with the Flexylearn, because it's within the same technical infrastructure, they are all linked. So you don't have to double handle on things. So if someone registers, for example, on the mobile app within your own profile, it can be linked directly onto the next product, which is called your workflow management system. So what is the workflow? Just a little bit. I'm not going to spend too much. We had a very detailed training on this last time, and there's a bit more. This is actually a big product by itself. The workflow management system, we can call it like a business management system. It manages workflow processes. It manages the resources. File system is in there. Activity tracker, how much are you spending on activities? It helps you to be organized. You can also add in things like your staff, if you have staff, and actually get them to work with you. You can track everything. That's what the workflow really is meant to do, and is part of the stack, the technical stack for Flexylearn. So typically, once you've set up yourself as a business, which I think we should really be looking at, setting up ourselves as a business, obviously you're going to need like a website, a front face to your business. The booking platform gives you the opportunity. You can either use your profile page on the booking platform, or you can use your own private website. If you need one, we can help to set up a website for you, and then still link it to your profile within the Flexylearn's network infrastructure. Now, with the workflow, this is the workflow management system. This is just an example of what it looks like. On the left-hand side, you can see there's a lot in there, which I'm not going to go too detailed into, but this is meant to help you manage your day-to-day runnings of your business. The highlight of this is that you can keep information tabs around your clients. You can keep information around what it is that they do, the contact information. So there's a search bar here. If you don't mind, just because this is just a blank one, I would like to show to you what you're getting just from the one I used to manage just projects. So this is what it looks like once you start to use it. As you can see, I have emails coming into my system. I can browse this to see what emails I've received and things like that. I can come in here to search for customers or for clients and then go straight to their profile to see. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, good. So I can come in there to see what customers' information here, manage their document, their contact, appointment setting, the invoice, the invoicing, custom forms, and I can just see all my clients here. I can search through them. There's a lot it does here. There's a file system. So yeah, all the pain points that normally business will have in setting up, especially startup businesses or small businesses. We've tried to look at those things, take off all those pain points, and you have access to these once you're part of the Flexylearn network. Now, there's a file management system where you can organize your file in a very easy format. And the good thing about this also is that you can actually also have your staff being able to know where things are, where files are. You can send off these files to potential clients or even client that you have. The clients have their own front end to interact back with the business. There's a workflow in place, which means that whenever we have a project, we can define exactly what stage of the project is and mark off things. So there's visibility on the activities across your organization. We believe that empowering you with the tools that you need that is fully focused on being able to deliver as a business will actually help you, to grow as a business. And the concept that we have is if you are growing, Flexylearn is growing. So it's more of instead of you depending on Flexylearn, to give you the contracts, we're empowering you both with the training, with the resources, with the technical IT resources to be able to grow yourself as big as you want to grow. And like I said, whenever there's a question, any help, we are happy to also offer the help. So one, like I said, is the booking platform, which is more of a marketplace for people to come in and be and know or book you for a session. Now with your workflow management system, I believe Dr. Akan might probably shed a bit more light, on this. There are two implementations I think we talked about for the workflow management system. There is an implementation where you are a staff of Flexylearn. Now, staff of Flexylearn means that whenever Flexylearn owns projects that are coming to it, okay? But you might be needed to, let's say, execute a part of that project. So you become a staff in Flexylearn and we can track exactly where you are with the project, with Flexylearn. In here, you can see here there's employees, so you can have different kinds of contractors and things like that. So you might be, let's say, we might rename this, for example, and call it mentors in Flexylearn. That's under the Flexylearn deployment of the workflow. However, it is also possible that you actually own your own workflow. The staff, you're just an existing or rather independent business, howbeit you're using the infrastructure of Flexylearn. And I think there's some criteria, for that. I will leave that to Dr. Akan to explain later on. But the idea is this. So you get your mobile app. This is very important. You get your mobile app. Normally, the first thing you see on your Flexylearn mobile app is a place for you to enter an organization code. Now, there is a default code there that goes to Flexylearn. If you have a good network, you can actually be created. You can actually have your own code created for your business. So when people enter your code, they are getting into your domain through the Flexylearn mobile app. When they now register within that mobile app, their names automatically come in here in your deployment of the workflow system, and they're now listed as part of your clientele. So in a way, we are using the mobile app to link to your own personal deployments. If, however, people are registering within the Flexylearn default, app, obviously they become like a Flexylearn client, so to say. So I'll let Dr. Akan talk a bit more on that. But I wanted to just share with you actually how these, are all linked. And just before I round this up, a very important part of this is you see this is what the file management system looks like. Just by the, you can save links like what you have in your favorites, in your typical browser. So you can create like links and save links. I can click on this. It loads a YouTube link. I'm watching it within the application. I close it and stuff like that. But bear in mind that if you have like multiple people using your application with you, so can they also see the things that you are saving in here. But then there's also the ability to password folders. So I can password this folder and no one can have access to the information in that folder until they know what the password is. You can navigate them. So developers resources, you can navigate it like you normally would navigate your typical files. You can save links, like I said, save video links, normal favorites if you wanted to. You can create PDF files, you can mail them out to people. There's a whole lot of things that you can do with the workflow application. And like Dr. I can also mention, we can share like resources. So there is like, this is not the training for this, but within the Flexylearn ecosystem, so to say, you can always keep yourself updated with the latest resources that is available. So once you're part of this network and you have a deployment set up for you, whenever there's a new form or there's a new document and things like that, you will get alerts for those things, and then you can choose to install it if it is relevant to your business within your own installation. So look at it as you know a new resource is available. Would you like to make use of it or take advantage of it? And then you just need to click a button to have it put on your own instance, as it were. So those are the two big products, or two main products to empower you. Whether you want to just draw from what Flexylearn has, or you want to just be established as your own business, but leverage on the technology and technical stacks that Flexylearn offer. Like I said earlier on, there's a bit more products that we have in the pipeline that we are working on. But these two, I believe, are very important link product. By the way, once you have your own personal installation, whenever someone books you on the booking platform, it automatically feeds into the calendar system. So there's a calendar system that we have in here in the instance. So we will link it together. So you are getting a channel, a marketing channel from the mobile app. You are getting a marketing channel from the booking platform. And these are all feeding into your own instance of workflow management system where I said you can invoice. So I'll give you an example, just in closing, of what a customer. So this might be a client that we have, for example, showing you all this thing that they have. So there's room for invoicing, send out SMSs, send out emails from the system. And when emails come in here, you can lodge the email under the email tab of the customer. I think that will be about it in a summary form of the two products that are there. I'm not sure if there's any questions.
Thank you very much. So before I open it to questions, maybe I'll try and nail it down a bit. So how many of us remember the first day you signed onto Facebook? So the very first day you opened an account on Facebook, how was the experience? Anybody? Well, can you respond in the chat? I want to make a point. Remember the very first time, I don't know how many years ago, you opened Facebook an account. How did you find it? It was simple. But then did you discover that it was also, you had to spend time knowing stuff on your own, playing around with stuff until you know what it does? If that's correct, can you confirm, please? So the first time you opened, thank you very much, Rachel. The first time you first registered in Facebook, did you discover that once you registered on Facebook, there were so many buttons everywhere doing different things, and you had to keep trying until you got used to what it was? So why am I saying so? Don't worry too much about everything Peter said. Okay, it's a very comprehensive platform. Okay, the easiest way to think about it is, imagine you are registering onto a new platform in the first instance. The more you use the platform, the more you know where everything is. And as you continue to use it, you get better at knowing what does what. That's how the system works. So what I'm saying is, because I don't want you to feel, my goodness, sounds like a lot of stuff. No, don't worry. There are only two products. One of them is for you to promote yourself so clients can register and book you for mentorship. That same product is for us to be able to market the platform. So every mentor on the platform is marketed, but it's still the client's responsibility to scan through all the profiles and choose the one they like. That means you are responsible for making sure your profile is solid. That's product one. Now, product one can happen in two levels. Level one is for the young mentors or the mentors who are just on their own and they don't really have like a registered company or a business, but they know what they're doing. They can work and make money as an individual. For those mentors, we will give you your own specific URL, which is flexylearn.net/memory. You can use that, put it on your own flyer and market yourself. Say, people, click this, it takes them to your profile and book me. I am offering programs, subsidized programs with UK certification. You can market yourself. I've got ICCP for schools, ICCP advanced. I've got this, as if you are a Flexylearn staff. That's what Peter means by a staff, in a sense. Because even though you're operating on your own as an individual, you are using the Flexylearn logo, Flexylearn resources, Flexylearn certification in the UK to market yourself to get your clients. So, but they have to pay on the platform. So we would only give access to the mobile app and to resources after they've paid. It's a prepaid service. That's level one. Now, there are some mentors who are already established. They have their own company, they are making money, they have staff, and they don't want to be linked to Flexylearn's logo of www.flexylearn.net/Cynthia. They want their own profile, their own website. For those ones, there's also a space on the platform. So you see the way Peter was showing you Flexylearn logo on that workflow. This one will be like that for you. You will have your own logo there, your name. Flexylearn won't be mentioned at all. So when you market yourself, people come and see you. That's level two. So you can book yourself. Now, the reason is this. For those ones, we can't just give everybody access to have their own platform, their own logo and everything. it requires you to do some work. So which is why there will be restriction. There will be specific requirements. So for example, if you are able to get up to 50 or 100 or 100 participants or 100 customers every month or every quarter, then you are qualified to have your own platform. We're thinking about that and how that would work. My thinking was that in the first instance, everybody can begin from being shown as an individual and then later graduate to having your own, which I think probably is a better route, because then you can begin to understand the system first before you now have your own, because you have a better support system and so on. So that's the first product, is a booking platform. So people can book you as an individual to deliver a Flexylearn program, a Flexylearn coaching, whatever the case is. Now, platform 2, the second product, is a workflow system. That is like giving you all the requirements and processes, invoicing, documentation, emailing, website management, managing clients, giving clients, tracking clients, who is saying what, who has done what, who has paid. Think about the stress an average startup company, a small company has. They're having to get staff to do all these things. We are saying, don't worry. We've set up a full product that gives you access to everything on the platform. That's the second product. Now watch. It means that if you, for example, market yourself as a mentor on the first product and people book you, now it means that when they sign up to the Flexylearn mobile app, automatically they're your client. What happens is the fact that they now appear as your client on the second product, which is the workflow system. Because remember, it's a company operations management system. That's the way it's designed. So that's basically what it is. So there's one is just to book you for clients, one is to manage your business. And that's 2 products. And we are given access to mentors to start these 2 products. And I want to make a caveat. Now, for individual mentors, and I'm sure you agree with this, it makes no sense for every other month. So, Dr. Nelly, I found one student who wants ICCP, and the person books you. The next month, 1 person. The next month, 2 people. The next month, 3 people. Which is fine. You're still making money because you're charging them. But then, to make our life easy, because we don't want to give mobile app IDs to everybody. So once you have 1 student, how many of us know the organizational ID 1114 on the Flexylearn mobile app? Can you say yes or no? Please, I want to make a point. The organizational ID 1114 on the mobile app. You guys know what it does, right? So let me explain. When we are developing the mobile app, which is now live, so guys, you can go back and check this on your mobile phones. We designed the app for organizations. That means a university, a school who wants to train all their students can get us, and we open a page on the mobile app for them, and we give the person, the organization, the school, the university, the company, their own ID. So 1116, for example. So when you go to the app, the first thing it asks you is put your organizational ID. So you put 1116. When you click it, it opens your page with your logo and your name. That was designed for organizations. But we now thought, wait a minute, not everybody has an organization. So does it mean they won't still take the programs on the app? That's why we now came up with the Flexylearn HQ, which is 1114. Now, why am I saying so? For mentors who take the first level of the booking platform, so you are using Flexylearn's URL, flexylearn.net/memory. When you sign up 1 person, we will give you access to register them on the Flexylearn HQ. So the person takes the course through the HQ of the mobile app. It's only those who are doing good business that we will offer them their own ID on the app, which also means that we also offer them their own workflow system, the second product. Because we know that the better we make their life, the more they make money, and the more they make money, the more Flexylearn makes money. And that's the design. So we've made availability and flexibility. So whether you're an individual just trying to start or you're already established, you have access to the resources you need to deliver your business and make some money. Is that clearer? If it's clear, can you say yes, it is? Show some excitement, please. We'll wrap up shortly. Show some excitement. If you're enjoying what you are hearing, please can you let us know that it's making sense? Thanks, guys. Any questions then? Any question? I'll mention something very quickly before we wrap up. Any questions? And I'll tell you what the next steps are. Any questions? So don't worry too much that it's looking complicated, many things. Don't worry. Just the way you began Facebook and you were confused. That's how it's going to start. But the more you use the system, the more things begin to make sense. It's going to flow nicely after a period of time. Okay. Any questions? Okay. There are no questions. I'm going to wrap up with this. Oh, yes. The link can be used on LinkedIn. Absolutely. So you can promote yourself on LinkedIn. Jane, I like that. It's confusing but exciting. Oh, yes. It will be confusing. Even for me, it's still confusing. That's because I'm not a techie. But I'm sure Peter knows exactly what he's doing. And trust me, the system is robust. So let me end with this, so we can go get some sleep. God bless you guys. So the first, what I want to do quickly is, now, I want you guys to bear it in mind. Some of us who are individual mentors might not need the second product. That's the management system for operations of a company. But you know a school who needs help with managing things. You know a school with 20 teachers and 1,000 students. They are still using old, ancient methods. They need that product. Some of you work in companies that your company is still struggling. They don't have a functioning system in place to manage invoicing, clients, customers, processes, timing, emailing, everything. Can you imagine having all of that in one platform? Most of you don't have your own company, but you know schools, companies, universities, colleges, associations who deal with many people, and so they still struggle with their operations. Why am I saying so? It means you can actually market it for Flexylearn, and we can sign them on and give that product to them, and you get a commission for the introduction. That's still possible. Are you following me? That option is still there because that product can be used for any company, any organization who has more than 2 or 3 staff. It can be very, very hectic, knowing which staff is doing what, when did the staff arrive, scheduling, emailing, documentation, which product is what, with services. It's a long list that companies have to deal with. Who has paid what? Tracking, automatic emailing, references, sending SMS, everything I've just mentioned are on the platform. That's why it's a robust product on its own. Now, Flexylearn is only using it for its own operations. But I'm saying that we also have what is called white labeling. So if you know of somebody who needs a product, we can white label it with their brand and everything and sell it to them for a subscription. And you get a commission from doing that. Thank you very much, Doom. It works like Moodle. Everything is very comprehensive. Yes, subscription package is available. It's actually a subscription package. It's only we're not selling it and giving it to them to own. You know how systems works. Platform only work by subscription, Doom. So you're very, very correct. And would make available those prices so everybody can see it. So I'm saying so because so you can leave knowing, wait a minute, I can just market this product and just also make some money from it beyond just actually being my own mentor as well. The opportunities are endless. So I think I want to end on this note. So for next steps, in the next 1 week, okay, we will be sharing information on the WhatsApp group for mentors who already have their names on the booking page. To sign on, you will receive instructions on what to do. You click the link, You go there, change your password, go on your page and begin to update your profile. We're going to give an allowance, a time frame within which all mentors must have updated their profiles. At the end of that time frame, any profile we assess who is not solid up to scratch, because we can't market you if the profile and the presentation is not solid. So it will be silence, because we have to also market the platform ourselves, telling everybody we have a new platform we are launching. If you are looking for any mentor to help you with your careers, go on the platform and start booking them. So we will do the marketing on your behalf. But remember that we are not marketing individuals. We're marketing the platform, so everybody. But then you have an opportunity to market yourself and start getting your own clients to come on, look at what you do. You can, so, and we'll give you access to videos, to promotions, to impact studies, that this is powerful program. Everything you need to get your own clients, you'll be given access to it. And guys, so we can start making some money and some impact. So all this question, considering the individual profile, would it not be funny for the clients to click the link and find many mentors instead of it being streamlined to the mentor? Oh, no. The way to be is designed is that you can actually give your own unique URL to the person. So obviously, I imagine that is the only way. So remember, the person is going on the platform to book you. So I'm hoping that when you market yourself, you've already had a conversation with the person. So imagine putting your own personal WhatsApp number on your flyer or your LinkedIn messages. So the person talks with you first, get a full. When that is done, then tell the person you can go on and book on the platform. So that will take care of that wholly. Okay. So I know what you mean. You're wondering if you market your own URL and someone goes and sees it is a separate mentor, they will forget you. Well, that means you have to market yourself well. They are booking the mentor, not the course, on the booking platform. But I'm hoping that you've marketed the course to them. That's why they're going to book you. Does that make sense, June? I'm hoping that you've marketed the course. That's why they're going to book you. Because they are booking you because you want to mentor them while delivering the course to them. That's what you're marketing. Yes, so what happens is that we're going to give you a sense of what the average or the minimal fee should be. And mentors would feel free to add and do whatever they want, just to make it flexible. So yes, it will cover the cost fee in the information we'll send to you guys. I can imagine you can't just market yourself. You're not telling them how much you're charging. Oh yes, you can get Peter's contact, but what he has done to make it easy, I'm writing it again. So write this email, support@flexylearn.net. If you send an email to that, Mr. Peter will get it. Jade, you are more confused. Don't worry. Your confusion will go in Jesus' name. Don't worry. As a matter of fact, there are at least 3 persons in the Flexylearn HQ who would help and train everybody one after the other. So relax, you'll be fine. So Nsama, David, Cheryl, and Joyce, and even Dr. Nelly, they will be fully up to date in helping people to onboard and what to do next. So relax, you'll be fine, Jane. Please keep asking your questions. I want to make sure everyone is clear before we go. I want to edit the company or replace my company. How do I go about that? How do you mean, Thompson? You mean on the platform? You need to do an email to Peter at support. So maybe the company you gave when you were originally registering is what has been used. So you might require some help to do the edit because we used what you give us. So if that's the case, just do an email to Peter, support@flexylearn.net, please. Oh yes, the exact same ICCP curriculum, the videos, everything. You have access to it, yes, to train your students. The exact same thing is not different because that's a tested and proven curriculum which we use. So don't worry, for the OLA, we'll receive instructions on the WhatsApp group on how to access the platform and begin to update your profile. You should get that this week. Those of you who haven't mentored yet through Flexi, reach out to Dr. Nelly. We are planning a new cohort to train mentors very soon. Dr. Nelly needs to decide the specific date. You know, to train a mentor takes about 1 month. The difference would now be that we've never collected a dime from all the mentors we've trained, and that was intentional. But things have changed. Because what we don't want is train a mentor. That has happened. That is fine. It's part of impact. And God knows we do it from our heart. What we don't want is train a mentor who just leaves and doesn't actually do the mentor and begin to their own business, making their own money, and we've given it at no cost to you. So going forward, any new mentor that is trained needs to get into a contract. Because if you're telling you we are training you at no cost to you, the reason we are doing it is because we are hoping you begin your own personal mentoring business, or else it's a waste of time and resources. I imagine you, I hope you appreciate that. It doesn't have to register, Jane. No. So going forward, training for mentors will be unique and different. There has to be some expectations. We can just train mentors at no cost. After all the training, you just leave and just go and be doing impact, and then we're not taking along. That won't happen again. We've done enough of that for the last many years, and we've given all our training at no cost. I think it's time for a bit more structure. That's why we're doing this. So except you are willing and able, set up your own mentoring business to train others, we won't give training free of charge. If not, you'd have to pay for it. That's the new instructions or the new rules. Your business shouldn't be registered. You are a business on your own. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Any comments? Any questions? Okay, Dr. Nelly, any remarks, please, guys? Any remarks, please, before we close up? Dr. Nelly, you still on the call?
I was talking unmuted. Yeah, I think you've covered most of the things. I know, like you said, you know, it may look like it will be difficult, but what we need to do is to start step by step, and it shall be well. What is needed is for mentors after this call not to go to sleep again, to wait for us to awaken them. There has to be interest that has to be shown, you know, from each one of you at individual level. You have to show interest and, you know, want to familiarize yourself with the platform. Then there's going to be help from our IT team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. And I'm hoping that we can work with you guys. I can imagine, I don't know, I'm not calling any names, but I would imagine if you want to do this on your own, that's fine. But I guess the way we've worked for so long is working together as a team to kind of get things going. There's a lot of impact. Underlying what we do, you guys know this about me. It's about the call to duty. It's a call to impact lives. And you guys have been phenomenal, working on different projects to change lives, and the impact has been great. It's an opportunity now to scale that up to the next level. There's still too many. I mean, I've been traveling a lot in the last 4 weeks, and the level of confusion in careers and purpose is unimaginable. You guys know that. It's an opportunity here for you to now bring your mentoring skills and your calling back to life, with an opportunity for you to also make money while making impact. So don't let this opportunity to pass you by. And I'm hoping that God will give us grace in Jesus' name. Have a lovely evening. God bless you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Peter, for being incredible today. All right.
Thanks so much, guys.
If you have any question, pop any question on the mentor, on the Flexylearn mentors group, and there'll be response to it. Okay? Yeah, bye.